and we will check ping and whatever the connectivity that we made, we will check on today's session. Okay, so before that we should get created a server. Let's create uh, one more server. Let me share my screen. Okay, so is my screen visible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, let's log in. Password is this. Let's log into this. Okay, so I have just logged into the account. So I have the server created as Linux. So what I will do, I will create one more called Linux dev. Okay, so I'll go here with the basic configuration. So I'll go here. So I'll click on launch instance. I'll give the server name as dev. Okay, so I'll give as Linux dev, and I'll keep it as Ubuntu as a Linux flavor. And for instance type, I'll keep it as T3 micro as it is, or free eligible, free tier eligible. So I'll go to key pair generation. I'll click new key pair. I'll keep it as Linux dev. I'll keep the same. Okay, I'll click on create key pair. Okay, the key has been downloaded for Linux dev for this instance, and I'll keep it as it is, and I'll just click on number of instance will be 1, and I will just click on launch instance. Okay, so none of the configuration isn't changed. So let's keep it as it is to connect between those servers. Okay. Okay, now the instance is created. Let's go to instances again. Let's keep run for Linux this instance. Are you guys with me? So I'm just creating an instance.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's keep it run for both the servers. This one more. Yes. Linux and Linux dev both are running now. So what we will do, we'll connect from Linux to Linux dev, and we also passwordless connection. Okay, passwordless connection in the sense when we log in from Linux server to Linux dev, it should not ask for a password. Directly, we should do SSH. So everybody aware of that. SSH is basically used to connect the remote server. Remote server means this only. Okay. Now, what I will do, I will log into Linux server, copy public IP. So SSH hyphen I followed by PEM key. Okay, Linux key.pem followed by Ubuntu at the rate of IP address. Copy. Let's press yes. Okay. So now I have logged into the Linux server. So from this server, so I'll show now to connect to this. Okay. To connect this server, we should set the passwordless connection because whatever we do via the automation, there should not be a manual dependency. Correct. That is the reason we set passwordless connection between the servers. Okay. To set this passwordless connection between the servers, let's log into the server as well. Okay, it is running. I'll open one more terminal as git bash. Here I'll go to downloads. I'll open one more git bash for another server. Okay, options. ssh hyphen I linux dev dot pem ubuntu at the rate followed by another server IP address. Shit. Another server should be this public IP. See, I'm logging in both the server. Don't get confused here. Press yes to log in. Okay. See, this is server 2. Okay. So with the public IP, we can see 70.155. The private IP 70.55 means the next dev, which is this. Okay. This server is having nothing. Okay. Now, what I will do, this is server 1. Here I will create a key SSH by running a command ssh hyphen keygen. Okay, so this command I'm running in server 1, which is Linux. Okay, so this command will generate a key. That key we're gonna point it in server 2. Okay, I will show which key we need to copy and where to keep this key in server 2. Okay, so I'll just press enter. So no need to give a single dot as well. Okay, you just press enter. You should be able to see this when you run ssh keygen. Okay, so where the keys will be stored under dot ssh. Okay, so if you can do cd2 dot ssh, if you run ls hyphen lrt, you can see today's date 22. Today's date is 22, right? So there are two keys are generated. Where you see .pub is the public key. Where you see without .pub is private key. Both the keys will be generated in the server. Okay, that means by running this command ssh keygen in server 1, okay, 100.ssh folder, the public and the private key will be get generated. Okay, now what I will do, I'll do cat id dot pub copy public key. Okay, I'm gonna copy this public key. See, don't copy this way because your empty space also will get copied. Don't do this. Okay, select from here to till here. Don't copy this empty space. Okay, so here you can say empty space. Don't do that. Copy from here. Okay, go to the server 2. Server 2 is here, right? So here also there is a folder called .ssh. Okay, go to cd.ssh. Here there is a file called authorized-keys, right? Authorized-keys. Open this. Okay, there is execution permission. Provide the permission. Chmod sudo chmod plus x. X represents execution or authorized-keys. Okay, for which permission? Execution permission. Okay, you can check ls-lrt. Okay, so I can modify this file now. Go to vi authorized keys, open this, and whatever the key is existing, you just append the key. Don't remove the existing key, just append the key when you copied from server 1. Okay, so here you can see in the authorized-key, the server name is Linux dev. Escape insert, append the key. Okay, paste. Oh shit. Copy the key from this server. Copy it, go here, and put it here. Okay, now the key has been added into the server 2 wq explanatory. I'll be saving it. See, there are two servers I have logged in. Okay, so this is our server 1. Go to cd. So this is our server 1. Server 1 means Linux server. Okay, this server I have generated key or copied and put it the key into this server where the folder called .ssh under authorized-keys. Clear with this? Clear with everybody? And
Yes,
save
sir.
the file. Save the file. Okay, save the save the file in this server. Okay, means this server is authorized to log in from this server. Okay, this Linux server, from this Linux server we can access this Linux dev server. That's what the configuration that we made now. Now what we'll do, we'll go to server 1. Okay, server 1 is this, right? Dual is okay. Now this is server 1. So what I will do, I'll do ssh directly to server 2. So our server 2 is Linux dev. Copy this public IP and take authority. So ssh is basically used to log into remote server. In our case, remote server is Linux dev. Let's press yes. So 70.155. So go here, check the private IP of linux.dev 70.155. Are we able to see 70.155? Okay, so I have logged into that, correct? If you do exit, it will exit again. You'll come to the main server. You are able to see the difference here. 16203 is our, see, I'm in this server. Okay, so 16203 private IP. Okay, and from this server I have logged into this. You were able to understand this? So what I will do, I will create some files in server one. Okay, then you will get a clarity. Okay, so this is server two. Just a minute, please. Please wait. So what I will do, I will create some of the files in server two, so that we can see all those files uh, in server one when we logged into this server. Okay, are you able to understand this statement? So I'm in server two, which is this. Okay, Linux dev. Here you can see the private IP which I've logged in 70.155, 70, sorry, 16.203, and 70.155. This is the newly created server. So here I'll do create touch output.txt, log.txt, and dev.txt. Okay, so I'm going to create three files, ls-lrt. So there are three files that we created. Okay, now now i'll connect I'll connect the newly created server from this master, means from Linux server. Okay, so from this server I'm going to connect. How to connect? So when I click on this, I can see 16.203 is my private IP. 16.203, 16.203 is my private IP. This is for Linux. Okay, and I'll go here. I will copy the public IP. I'll just do SSH from 16.203 server. Okay, I will do SSH. SSH, as I told, SSH is basically, shit. SSH is basically used to connect to remote server. Okay, this, paste the public key. Okay, so if I run this, so 70.155, I have logged in from here. So if I do ls, I should be able to see all the files. Are we able to see? Are we taking a control of that server from this without asking a password directly, but just by doing SSH to that? Okay, now you can do whatever you want here. So you are taking a control of that, and you are also authorized to do any activity. Okay, now I'll give a statement for this passwordless connection. Clear with everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Passwordless connection or connection between the servers. Okay, ssh hyphen keygen command in server 1. Okay, run ssh keygen command in server 1 and copy the public key. Copy the public key from server 1 under dot ssh slash key dot pub. You were able to understand this? Key means your which is followed by number. So where you see your okay, both are same. A little. Okay. So I'll do exit. So if you go to dot ssh, sorry, cd dot ssh ols hyphen lrt. So you can see, sorry, this is the one. So I'll give directly with this. Let's not make confusion here. Okay. So copy the public key from the server one under .ssh folder under this path. Okay. Add the key, add the public key. Don't get confused with public key and public IP. Okay. Public IP are used to log into remote server. Public key are helps to connect between the servers. Okay. Add the public key in server 2 under .ssh folder where the file called authorized hyphen keys. Correct. The authorized hyphen keys. cd to .ssh authorized hyphen keys. Okay. And then run ssh IP address command in server 1. Should be able to connect. Clear with this? Clear with everybody? So this is basically the procedure to connect between the server, or we do the passwordless connection. Okay. Now to after this passwordless connection, so we have some more commands to practice from Linux. So we have SCP. Okay. So SCP is the command from Linux. SCP and rsync. Okay. So there are two commands. So SCP and rsync both are used to copy the files from one server to another server. Okay. To run this SCP and rsync, we should be get connected with passwordless connection. Okay. So whenever we are doing an automation process, whenever we are doing a copy a file from one server to another server, we should get configured with passwordless connection, or we also call it as connection between the server to run this SCP and rsync. Okay, let's see what is this. Let's see the definition for SCP. So SCP secured copy. Okay, SCP represents secured copy. So what it defines? So SCP is basically used to copy a file or folder from one server to another server. Okay, and also rsync is used to copy a file from one server to another server. Okay, both will copy files and directories from one server to another server. But what's the difference? In case of SCP, when we are copying a data from server 1 to server 2, if there are any network issues, okay, so if there are any network issues, the copy will get stopped Okay, copy will get stopped. Means when the network back, it resumes the copy. Okay, so suppose if you are copying a file, suppose if you are copying 100 GB of data from one server to another server, when you are using SCP, it when there is a network issue, it stops the copying. Okay, when the network back, it resumes where it stops. Okay, so where it stops, sorry, where it stops in case of rsync. Okay, so let's give the clarity here. SCP, I'll give a statement first. So which is COs to copy a file folder from one server to another server. Okay, so it is used to copy a file or folder from one server to another server. So while copying the data, while copying the data, when there is a when there is a network issue, it stops copying. It stops copying, and when the network back, it starts copying from beginning. Okay, so it starts copying from beginning in case of ACP. So ACP is basically, suppose if you are copying some 50 GB of data, when there is a network issue, when there is a network down, it stops copying, right? The ACP won't work. When the network back into normal, it starts copying from beginning, so that the secure copy, by using this SCP, we can avoid the data corruption when copying the data from one server to another server. Okay, and similarly in case of rsync. Okay, so which is COs to, so both will do copy of files and folder from one server to another server. Okay, I'll copy the same statement. One server to another server, while copying a data, when there is a network issue, it stops copying again. And when the network back, it resumes the copying. Okay, it resumes the copying means it starts copying where it gets stopped. See, SCP will copy from beginning, but in case of rsync, it will start copying where it stops. You were able to understand this difference between ACP and rsync. ACP will copy from beginning, and rsync will start copying where it gets stopped. Okay, to run this SCP, there are some commands that we need to understand. SCP -p for P represents preserve mode, to keep permissions of a file same in new server. Okay, SCP-p and source file. Okay, and destination file. Okay, so here is the command that we should use to copy a file from one server to another server. Okay, now what I will do, I will copy a key copy a file from server 1 into the server 2. Okay, 16.203. This is my server 1 and this is my server 2, because where I see ls I can see only 3 files here. Okay, and this server will be having, see, this is our server 1. Okay, now I'll run scp -p followed by this file1.txt. This is my source file. Okay, and destination. Under destination we need to point the particular path. Okay, according to this destination file means here we need to point user at the rate followed by server name colon slash path of the file, path of the file. Okay, now according to this, so user will be what? For both the server, user will be
Ubuntu.
correct Ubuntu. So I'm gonna pass Ubuntu here at the rate of what? At the rate of destination IP address. Destination IP address in the sense this IP. Copy this public IP 34.204.194.235 Ubuntu followed by this server. Okay, colon slash which path you want to get copy, the path you can mention here. Okay, under home, under Ubuntu. Okay, should get remove one slash. Okay, so here we are copying using scp-p to preserve mode of file1.txt from server 1 into the server 2. This is the path. You were able to understand this command? Server 2 of user, server 2 of public IP, server 2 path where we want to copy. Okay, let's run this. Let's see. Okay, so here you can see 100% as completed with file1.txt. Okay, now let's go to server 2. Let's see file1.txt should be present in server 2. Go here. Yes, right. This is the server 2. Let's run ls-lrt. Are we having file1.txt in server 2 with the same permission? So before there are only 3, right? And now this file1.txt will get added using ACP. Correct? Similarly, you can also copy a folder from this. So there is a folder called directory 1. I'll use the same. Okay, scp p with scp-p with, okay, scp-p with folder name called directory 1. So I'm gonna point with preserve mode the directory 1 dir1. Correct. So this is the folder that I'm copying it with the username as Ubuntu and then IP address, public IP of server 2 and the path of server 2 where we want to copy. You can modify the path here according to the server 2. Okay, so SCP is basically secured copy with preserve mode with -p and copy this directory into the server 2, which is Ubuntu as user and the public IP of this server 2 and the path of the server 2. And according to that, you can modify this command here. You can modify this path as well. Okay, let's run this. Okay, now we got a failed to upload. So when we are copying a folder, we should use what? SCP hyphen,
-r.
yes, SCP hyphen R. Okay, now let's run this. SCP hyphen R hyphen P directory 2. Okay, now let's go to the server 2 here. If I run ls hyphen lrt, are we get copied to this folder here? So did the directory 1 exist before? Right now, if I go to cd directory 1, okay, again if I do ls, there is one more directory folder called dev2. Okay, and again if I do ls, there is a file called file2. So this will get copied. Look at, so whatever the content in this file, so there is nothing, just an empty file. So that complete folder we get copied with the same permission. Okay, clear with this everybody? So if I go to server one, so here we can see, we should be able to see this when we get copied with all the files and folder. You can copy entire data as well. So this gives the migration of this, we call it as migration activity. So whatever the data that we have in server one, we'll keep it in server two. To keep that server two, we should, the first step is to get connected between the servers, get connected from server 1 into the server 2 by setting up a passwordless connection, running by running ssh keygen command. Okay, and after running ssh keygen command, key will get generated. Copy the public key under .ssh folder, put it in server 2 where the file called authorized keys under .ssh folder. Keep in mind, both the server should be in .ssh folder only. Clear with everybody? And I have shown by copying the file, and I have shown copying a directory as well using SCP. Anybody has any questions on SCP?
Sandeep, hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, Sandeep. Like while creating this SCP, we have given the destination
We are
file name.
not creating SCP command here. We are just running an SCP.
That's what. Like while running an SCP command
Mhm.
for the destination path which you have given home/Ubuntu.
Yeah.
In that, like if we wanted to move into another directory inside that before
Mm.
copying, can we give slash make directory and file name like that only? Will it create the direct?
No, 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 no. Yeah, it will create. It will create. Okay. Now, so what is your question is like directory two should get copied into the
The folder make directory and giving a folder name so that the
mm,
file should copy inside that folder directly.
yes, let's try it now. Let's try it. Okay, let's create app. Okay, so under home Ubuntu under app should get copied to directory one, correct? This is what
Yes.
your question. Okay,
Yes.
let's run it. Okay, let's go to server 2. Server 2 is this, yes, right?
Mhm.
I run ls-lrt, the folder should get created called app,
App.
right?
Yes.
Inside that directory one should get copied. So is it creating?
Yes, it is. Okay.
Right, and go to cd app. Inside that there should be a folder called dev2.
Okay. Got it. Yes.
Yes,
Thanks,
so
Sandeep.
you can also create the folder by providing a path here, and you can modify this path according to your requirement. You can
Yeah.
try it.
Okay,
Yes,
Sandeep. Thank you.
yes,
Hello, sir.
yes.
During SCP, we'll give hyphen p for preserving the permissions.
Keep the permission safe. Yes,
Keep the permissions safe.
yes.
Suppose owner of this the file which we are copying is
Hmm.
Ubuntu in the server one,
Okay,
and in the server two, if that particular user is not there, Ubuntu, then how this ownership will change or how will it will be managed, sir?
okay. So for your question, we need to change the ownership
Yes, sir.
by running chown. Okay, we need to keep the same ownership because once we, so basically the configuration that we had made already. See, we add setup passwordless connection completely. See, this server can have multiple users, right? This Linux server might be handling 100 servers. So between 100 servers only, they are doing copy SCP. So any of the user, either Ubuntu or Jenkins or Git user or Docker user or Kubernetes user, any user can get copied it into from server one into the server two once we made a connection. Once we made passwordless connection, any user can get copied into the server two. If we are unable to do it, we need to change the ownership of a file, then we can get copy. Because the intention here is to do copy the content from server 1 into the server 2. Is it clear with your doubt? Or still?
Okay, sir. The objective is to copy the file, but
Yes.
if that particular owner of that file, it is not available in the server 2, how
Mhm.
it is going to preserve the permission, sir?
No, server 2, the same configuration should have from server 1 into server 2. So suppose if the user is not created, we should create the user and then see. So when we go here, suppose let's say this file will be having the user as root.
Okay.
Similar user will get copied into the server 2.
Okay.
Okay,
So
let's see.
root and Ubuntu is same in server 1 and server 2 in this case, sir.
Yes.
In other case, if we
Mhm.
have a different user which doesn't have the same user in the other server, so
Mhm.
the ownership, how it will be managed, sir?
That's what. See, whatever the ownership that it is having in server 1 will be present in server 2 in other user keys as well.
If it is
Suppose
not there,
instead
sir,
of
then
this root,
yeah.
say like you will be having user as Docker.
Okay.
Okay. So say like this file will be having a Docker user. This user, Docker user will get copied into the server 2.
Okay.
That's what we add this permission.
Okay. Then the user will get created in the server too
Yes.
as a Docker.
Yes. User will get created in server 2.
Okay, sir. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes. And even similarly for other user as well.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Anybody has any questions, any doubts? Any questions, guys? Okay. Now, if no questions, let's move to the next command. That is rsync. Okay. So rsync is basically according to the statement which I have given here. So rsync is used to copy a file. Both will do copy a file. But in case of rsync, when there is a network issue, it stops copying. Obviously, when the network interrupts, so we'll get stopped the data when copying. When the network back, it resumes the copying. Means it starts copying where it start copying where it stopped. Okay, starts copying where it get stopped. Okay, so that's why I've given in bracket. So when we use rsync, it start copying where it gets stopped. Okay, but in case of SCP, it will start copying from beginning, so that by using SCP, we can avoid the data loss when we are copying a huge data, right? So this, when we are doing rsync, we might miss some data when copying, right? So that is the reason we use always SCP, and SCP is faster than rsync. Okay, so I'll give one more statement here. SCP is faster than rsync. Okay, and the command rsync followed by same command only, rsync source file and then followed by user and followed by the server name followed by the path. Okay, use the same command. And here also we use -p for the preserve mode. Okay, -p for preserve mode. So whenever you are doing copying of folder, use -r. So here also I'll give -r to copy a folder. -r copy file and copy directory. Okay, and this also the same rsync with scp-r, copy a file, and copy directory. Okay, so you can try rsync from your end, and I'll ping some more assignments today, and everybody should complete that. Okay, try rsync from your end, and this you need to keep in mind. scp is first than rsync. Okay, clear with this everybody, and clear with this today's topic, like passwordless connection between the server, and configuration to run the command, and by running scp and rsync. Any questions and any doubts on today's session?
Yes, Sandeep.
Yes.
Sandeep, for SCP and rsync, the
Okay.
prerequisite for these commands to run, do we have to do that passwordless thing with the keys first, or will it ask for a password when we directly run SCP without that passwordless?
Yes. To run this scp and rsync, we should get connected with passwordless connection, because that is the only change that we should do. Without connecting the servers, the SCP won't work. Uh, we should we get configured the passwordless connection, and again it's a manual effort, right? So once the passwordless connection is one time setup, we do it manually. So whenever we are running a pipeline scripts or some automation scripts, one of the tasks want to copy a file from one path to another path, from one server to another server, it should copy it automatically without manual intervention. So that is the reason we should be get configured passwordless connection before running SCP and rsync.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yes.
Sir, we have another way to connect to the other server, right? SSH and username at the rate of server name. And
Yes. Yes. You
okay,
can also do that. SSH followed by, you can
username.
do it. Username, sorry, at the rate of IP address followed by your public IP. You can also do it. Instead of that, I directly logged in by running SSH.
Okay, got it.
You can do it. SSH is the main command is to do the SSH, right?
SSH, okay.
Okay, so I do SSH to this server. In server 2, I've logged in.
Yeah.
Right. So you can also do SSH followed by username at the rate of IP address. That is also fine. Anything is fine. So the ultimate result at end, we should get connected to that server. That's it.
Okay, okay, sir.
Yes. Any questions? Any other questions and any other doubts from anybody? And that's it for Linux, guys. So yes, Shabas.
Sir, one thing, I don't want data in directory. Only we need content of that. We can copy it.
You can copy file. So data should be copied in file only. No? To
Okay,
say
complete
something,
file not sir. Only data, particular data.
what I did not get your question.
Sir, I copy it right. The file and directory we should copy it to other Linux, right?
Mm-hmm.
Including we don't data or directory. We need only content to particular files content. That content can we should copy it.
Content only we are copying here along with the file.
Without file, it not works, sir.
No. See, without file, how it works? See, we keep a data in file itself, right? So
Yes,
how
sir.
do we do it?
Creating new file
Suppose
in with particular data.
hmm,
So that is working.
it's working. What is it? I did not get your question. File.txt. Let's say okay, this is empty. Cat file two. Okay, so this is the data of this file two. Okay, so whatever the data that we create, either say like this is a code, either C, C++, .NET, any code, Java or
Yes.
uh, any coding. Okay. Now you want to copy only this data except this file.
Yes, yes, sir.
This
Yes.
is what your question, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Now, for your question, are we keeping in server one? Forget about copying. Are we keeping a data without creating a file in server one? No, right?
Yeah, no, no.
We will create a file and we add the data into that file. So similarly, suppose if the files are auto-generating, say like your log files, your CSV files, some testing files are generating. One minute, Shabas. Yes. So some log files or some .csv files or from the testing that is generating some test results. Those files are generating automatically from the application. Those files should get copied for the further automation. Okay. So we want only the data without the file name. That doesn't mean there is no meaning, right? Correct. So the
Sir,
file
new file name, sir. Sir, providing new file name, it will be get or not. That's his question.
what is it?
Existing file name, we file 2, right? We put in file 3. It will be give or not. So, data.
File 2 you wanted to keep in file 3, it will give.
Yeah, yes, sir. That is the question, sir.
That's what I've
We
shown
came
here.
the
Wait, so what you're saying, say like SCP. So, okay, file 2, say like I'm copying file 2, okay, and here I will change the path into file 3, okay. So this file 2 data will get copied into file 3. This will work. This is what your question.
yes, sir. That is the
This
question.
will work. This will work. Yes,
Yeah.
but the data that you are copying file 2 will get copied into the file 3. This will work. So run this. Go
Sir,
to
existing file also, file 2 is available in data 1, right?
file
So
2.
after that copying,
Okay.
the file 2, right? That will be available in server 1.
Yes, server 1. That's what we are doing. See, file 2 is here. File 2 is here. And we are copying it. We are not moving it. The data, the file name should be present in server 1. And server 1 file 2, and we are copying it into the server 3. Sorry, server 2 as a file 3. And if you go to server 2 here, what happened? I think this is closed. OLS connection closed. Okay, to SSH -i Linux dev Ubuntu at the rate of second server IP. Copy this, paste. Okay, so we have logged in and we ran a command file 2. The data should be copied into the file 3. So now we should see file 3 in server 2. Let's go here. We do ls-lrt. So file 3 is present in server 2. Shabas.
Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
Yeah. If I do cat file 3, so the content will get copied. Similar content only.
Same content will be copied, right?
Yes, same content only will get copied. That is why, that is what I've explained. SCP-P means preserved mode with complete user. You can see both the user here with the data. This is what I've explained for directory as well when Sohas is asking. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Anybody has any doubts? Yes. Anybody has any questions and any doubts? And this is the last topic from Linux. And from tomorrow, we'll start with a new concept. And this completes the Linux. Anybody has any questions and any doubts from any concept?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
So are we covering this network part in the Linux and shell script?
Shell script we will cover.
Okay.
After
So
this,
networking.
the networking based on the requirement only. Basically, we need a commands from Linux to work on bash scripting. And just see the class part with us only.
Okay.
So after this, we'll start shell script as a scripting part. I'll start shell script from tomorrow. And before that, I want everybody learned the Linux concept from Linux command.
Actually, sir, one request, sir. Actually, networking, troubleshooting the networking issues is very important, sir. So that's why I just asked.
Very important
Yes.
in all the domain.
Yeah.
But whatever the requirement for our domain,
Okay.
that we're gonna cover in all the sessions.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Anybody has any questions? Any doubts? Okay. So if no questions, let's.
Yeah, Sandeep, Swami this side.
Yes, Swami.
Yeah, I have small announcement. I need to check that. If you don't mind, will you please exit from the class if you're done with the class?
Okay. Yes. Thanks, guys. Swami, this is my bridge.
Okay. You,
Swami, your voice is breaking for me.
is it audible now? Is it possible to make me as a host?
Yes. Let's do it. Just a minute. Sorry, Harsh. No, I'm not able to make you as an admin.
Okay, I'll leave it. Okay, hi. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Okay. How was the class going on? So, is it okay for everyone? Like, are anyone feeling like not interested, not able to get the concept? Any issues from your end?
No issues for me.
So I think like everyone able to go through the topic, right?
Yes, sir.
What are the assignments and like how is the Q&A going on? I think only Sandeep is taking Q&A as of now, correct?
Yes.
So going further, what we will do, make a batch according to your time and time it will take. So we will make a slot for 1 hour or 1.5 hour, and we will continue with the Q&A like that. Okay. So we will not put all together in one session for the Q&A.
Okay, sir.
So, okay, fine. I will do one thing. I will send a couple of links. So overall working, so you need to fill that list, and overall not working, you need to fill separate form, so that we will make a batch accordingly, right? So who are not working, so they are okay with any time, correct? From 6 to 9, they are okay with any time. But who are working, and based on that, we will make a batches, okay?
Okay, so
Okay, sir.
got it.
Yeah, okay.
If you have any issues regarding class, regarding apart from class placement, anything, so you can contact me directly. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to send a payment link. Who are all interested to continue with our course, you can pay 10,000 registration fee, and you can continue. Who are all not able to pay the fee also, that's okay. You can call to me. You can say, okay, whatever the reason that you have, or else that's okay. If you exit from the group also, that's fine. No issues for us. Okay, we are filled this 10,000. Just we are taking, not because like we are not conducting this class, not because of 10,000. I already informed you guys. We need to know who are serious into this, and we want to invest some money on behalf of you, like to get some further tools and everything. So before that, we used to make that money and all, but it's won't use. That's the reason we came up with this idea. So whoever want to continue with the class, you can pay 10,000 registration fee, and you can continue with the class.
Sure, sure.
So 10,000 you can deduct while you are making a payment of 40% of CTC amount once you got the offer. But don't think if you give 10,000, we will continue with the class. Whatever you can do, you have to clear the mock interviews for all the months, and you have to attend the Q&A. So you have to be very serious in the class as well. ನೀವು 10 ಸಾವಿರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿನೂ ನಾವು ಲಿಬ್ರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಕಮ್ ವಿತ್ ಮೀ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್, ಡೋಂಟ್ ಓಕೆ ಐ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಪೇ 10,000, ವೈ ಯು ಎಕ್ಸಿಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಗ್ರೂಪ್, ನೋ. So we are very, very strict into teaching part, and we are very, very strict into the commercial part as well. If you are interested, then only you can attend. So now also I'm not forcing to anyone. If you want to continue, then you can continue. If you don't want, that's okay. Tata, bye, thank you. Okay, even though if you pay 10,000, you need to attend how you are attending till now. You need to attend regularly, and you need to do all the assignments, and you need to clear the mock interview. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys, I will send the payment link. I think first half or second half. So after sending a payment, you need to take a screenshot, and you need to upload that screenshot to that link. So if possible, we are planning to make a invoice for that. So right now it's not decided. So if we came up with that, then I will provide a GST invoice for that, your 10,000 payment as well. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Swami, I got it.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's it from me.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, thanks guys. Let's connect tomorrow. Let's start with the new tool from tomorrow. I'll ping some more assignments. Everybody should work on that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Evening Q&A session will be there, right?
Yes. Evening QA at 7 or 7:30. I'll ping in group.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Everybody should join. Yes. Thank you. Bye bye.